So we're doing some seated yoga today. You can do yoga standing up. You can do yoga laying down. Pretty much anything is yoga. Anytime you've had to do any kind of stretching or warming up for sports, that's yoga. That's what it is. Here's some basic rules for as we do this today. Discomfort is fine. When you're stretching and you feel your body doing a nice stretch, and maybe you're like, ooh, that feels like a little uncomfortable because I'm not used to that. That's okay. But feeling something going, ow, oh, that feels like it's burning, or that feels like it stings, or that feels like it's painful. Please come out of the pose if it feels painful, okay? We're not here to hurt our bodies. I'm not inside of your body, so I cannot listen to your body. I don't know what works for your body and what works for mine. So I'll give you an example. I'm really flexible in my shoulders, and so I can go way back with my shoulders. That doesn't hurt me, but I'm really inflexible with my back. I do not have a flexible back. So somebody else might be able to like bend over backwards in an arch. I have a very hard time with that. My body is built differently. That doesn't mean that I'm better or worse or whatever. There's no competition, but my body's just built a certain way. So I don't know how your body is built. You might have a ton of flexibility in your back, but not as much in your legs. So you have to listen to your own boundary, okay? So are we good right here? Thank you. I need everybody to be sitting up in the seated position, cross-legged if you can, shoulders back and down, hands resting here on the knees. I'll walk you through it. You don't have, if you've never done yoga before, you're fine. I'm going to walk you through it, okay? So first, we're just going to sit here, and we're going to try to be still. And I want you to start to slow your breaths down. Breathing in through the nose if you can. And out. Slow it down again, breathing in. And out. We're going to start to pair some movement with the breath. Keep going on your own, breathing nice and deep. Deeper than you do normally, okay? We're going to start to pair movement with breath. That happens a lot in yoga, where every time you take a breath, you move into a different pose. That's a certain type of yoga. We're not going to do it that strictly, but I am going to start to show you a little bit of a movement we're going to do as a back stretch. So we're going to inhale. When you inhale, you're going to lift your heart. Heart comes up. When you exhale, you're going to round your back, okay? Inhale, heart lifts, shoulders are open. Exhale, round the back. Yoga is so good for your body. Inhale. And you should be opening up, and your head is coming up a little too. Some people are like, they're trying to keep their head forward. Painful, painful. You're lifting the whole thing, like you're looking up to see if you see your friend in a crowd. And then we're rounding it out when we exhale. Let's do a few more of these. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. This is one of my favorites. I love this one. Exhale. Inhale. We'll do two more. Some of my favorite ones I've ever taught are seated ones. I cannot wait to share them with you. Last one of these. Beautiful. I love seeing you guys kind of flow together. All right, next one, come back to a neutral spine. Neutral meaning it's not bent one way or the other. It's just regular spine. One of my favorites is you're going to start to do what I call torso circles. So you're just kind of bringing the heart around in a circle. Yes, and I've got my hands on my knees. I've had students before try to do this. You're not drawing a circle in the air with your head. Not like this. Your head is staying still. It's just your chest that's moving forward and back. It's really good choice, but I like the way this one makes my back feel. I don't know about you guys. And try the other direction. See if that feels any different. Perfect. Come back to neutral spine. Here we go. I want you to take this arm right here. We're raising it up. And then actually float it back down. Slide it out just a little bit. Take the other arm, bring it up, slide, and lean. We're gonna do a little side stretch. Notice how my arm is up and over. My bicep is next to my ear. Okay, so we don't want shoulders flat. Wrap that shoulder back onto the back. All right, so if your shoulder's collapsing, you want to pull. Yes, some of you guys just opened it up. Beautiful. Feel that stretch down here. Breathe and send some air right here where you see that. Perfect. Plant your hips. Your hips are cemented. If it feels painful, come out of it a little bit. Back up. You might be too deep into the stretch if it feels painful. Find your level, okay? Come back up to center. Keep the fingers kind of like resting like daintily on the floor. And then slide this one out. Bring the other arm up and over. Again, keep that shoulder wrapped onto the back. We don't want collapsed shoulders. You're not hiding under your wing. You're opened up. Check your breathing right now. Are you breathing nice and deep? I have so many, and we're not going to get to do all of the ones I want to do, but that's okay. We're just going to get to what we get to. Come back up. I want you to take your hands. We're doing some shoulder stretches right now. You're going to interlace your fingers behind your back and then kind of push the hands down. Again, you're lifting the heart up. Breathe. Unleash, release the fingers. Bring one arm across, hugging it and holding it. This is a very popular one. Another shoulder stretch, stretching the shoulder the other direction from what we just did. And release, same thing, other side. Perfect, release that. We're gonna do some neck stretches now, and then we're gonna move down the body a little bit. So I want you to take your head and you find a neutral position, right? So like how you look normally is neutral. What we're gonna do now is we're going to kind of lean back, nose towards the sky, and just look up towards the ceiling. Let the head just kind of be there. We're opening up the throat. Come back to neutral. And then now chin towards the chest, nose towards the ground. That stretches out the back of the neck. Come back to neutral. And we're going to start to do some neck circles. Now, your neck is maybe the most important part of your body because it carries your head. And it's also really, really delicate. So please be very careful. Don't go very fast at all. We want to do this nice and slow to protect your neck, okay? So we're talking like nice and slow movements. Yes. Sometimes slow, in fact, I'd say almost all the time, slow is more effective for stretching than fast stretching. Fast stretching is how you injure yourself. And then circle the other direction. If you find like a sore spot, you can just, stay there for a second. Massage it out. All right, come back to neutral. What we're going to do now is we're going to take our head and look over our shoulder. Keep the shoulders droops down. Come back to center, same thing other side. This is stretching out this area of the neck here. These strong muscles that hold up your head, excuse me. Come back to center. One hand on the opposite side of the head. Do not pull. We're not pulling the head. We're just resting the hand there and allowing the head to kind of move that direction by the weight of our hand. This is stretching out this muscle right here, which could get really, really tight, especially for someone who looks at their phone a lot. Your neck is going to be a place where you might have problems later in life unless you do some stretches, okay? Back up, same thing other side. Perfect. All right. So what we're going to do is you have hopefully got some room in front of you to put your legs out. So I want you to put your legs together, feet forward. And we're going to sit up nice and straight. Keep a bend in your knee, okay? Keep a bend in your knee. We're not having to lock the knees, bend in the knee. And just kind of walk the hands forward until you feel like, okay, that's as far as I can go. And then try to fold a little while you're there, okay? I have to sneeze. Excuse me. So we've got the legs out. You're lifting, walking the hands out, and folding. There's no competition. Don't be like, oh no, person next to me is so much more flexible. Does not matter. I'm not grading you. It's not important. We're just folding. Now stay there for a second and hold it. Don't come out of the stretch, because as you breathe nice and deep, because you should be breathing nice and deep, you might be able to find yourself able to go about a half an inch further as your muscles loosen up. So see if that is something you're comfortable doing. It's going a half inch further. Again, listen to your body. If your body says that's too much, then don't do it. All right, come on back up. Keep those feet together. And then I want you to put your hands by your side and just lift the heart. This is a surprisingly difficult pose in yoga. It's called the rod pose, where you're making like a 90-degree angle with your body. So this one, you're just keeping those legs flat against the ground, hands to the side, and lifting your heart up. Should be easy, right? You're just sitting. But this one, for me at least, this one feels, there's some discomfort in my body when I feel it in this one. Okay, perfect. Now, next, I want you to take your legs nice and wide. Same thing. You're going to just walk your hands out in front of you and just put them out in front and then fold from your hips, okay? Hands in the middle, walking them forward, and then folding. And now hold it there. Don't come out of the pose. Just stay wherever you think is a comfortable level for you to be at. And then see if you can go a half inch deeper. Perfect. Legs are back together this time, so bringing them back together. One knee comes up, okay? You're just going to hold this and lift the heart. You can even wrap your arms around it and give it a little hug. It might feel better. I like to do this one. What's called doing it with a bind. This is actual like yoga class where you grab it and you wrap your whole arm around it. I love this pose for that. But y'all are not allowed to dislocate your shoulders today, so please maybe just don't. You can just hold it like this, or you can wrap your hands around it. That's how you incorporate it, not only being a leg stretch, when you do the bind, you're making it a shoulder stretch as well. So I just enjoy that one. There's lots of different variations with yoga you can get kind of creative with. All right, next one, other side. Whatever you do on one side, you always do on the other. Down, it takes a lot of flexibility. And again, I'm very flexible. It's also helpful if you guys want to do this at home, get yourself like a belt or a piece of rope, because then you can hold one end and the other. And that's how you work yourself up to being able to interlace your fingers. Please, nobody hurt yourself. All right, bring the feet to touch together. However deep or shallow you make it, it's going to be how intense the stretch is. So find the level that works for you. Lift and then fold. All right, come back to a regular seated position. Cross the legs, put the hands here on the knees. Start to make the breaths nice and deep because we're going to do our final kind of like very short meditation at the end. So normally I would have you guys lay down, but we just don't have enough space for everybody to lay down here today. So we're going to stay seated. Not going to be very long, going to be short anyway. So go ahead and take nice deep breath in. Hold at the top and then release. 2 more of those. Breathe in through the nose. And exhale. Breathe in and exhale. Keep breathing deeply, just like that, on your own. I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable. If you're not, then I want you just to soften your gaze and look towards the floor, blocking out whatever's around you, turning your attention inward to your mind.
Oh, I just got too much energy from outside.
Deep breath in and release. Making the body very still. I want you to take a second to think about the very best gift you were ever given in your whole life. It doesn't have to be the most expensive gift or given by your favorite person, but what was the best gift you ever received? Take about a minute to think about that. Think about how getting that gift made you feel. Bring your attention back this way when you're ready, fluttering the eyes open, meeting me back here in this space. I would love to hear about your gifts if you're willing to share, but first I'm going to turn off the recording. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.